Hey, Tom.
Hi, Adam. How you doing today?
Good, I guess, considering everything that's been happening. You need some help?
Nah, I think I've got it. Shouldn't you be with your family?
They're in the shelter.
And you're not going.
No.
Sorry, it's really none of my business.
No, it's not like that. I chose not to go.
Shouldn't be surprised, because you've always been a little odd.
Odd?
In a good way.
So, where are you headed?
My cousin's house.
What about your wife and kids?
She's already left with the kids.
Sorry, that's none of my business.
That's alright. I really wasn't the best husband. Or dad. She only did what she thought was best.
Any chance I can get a ride from you?
Where are you going?
To the woods, by the old mill.
Why? What's over there?
My girlfriend, Sarah.
Come on, hop in.
Damn, Tom, when was the last time you cleaned up in here?
It's been a while. I figured, what's the point? If everything's gonna end up going to hell anyway, right?
Right.
See, I went ahead and told my wife this, but she didn't seem to understand. She went in and kept the house completely neat and clean, but all the way up until the time she went in and left. Heck, she was even tutoring the kids even after the schools closed. Can you believe that?
I guess people have their own way with dealing with things. That's definitely them. We need to stop. They're up ahead.
I am not stopping.
We'll just park until they pass through.
My cousin lives right around the corner. We'll go ahead and stay there and just stay away from those things.
Are you kidding me? Why take the chance? Pull over here and drop me off.
Fine, fine.
Who is it? Who's there?
I saw some lights in the far off distance in a house. Is that your place?
You're supposed to be going to your designated location to die.
Yeah, well,
Well, what? You're disobeying them.
Can you get that light out of my face?
You're disobeying them.
Yeah, we'll have a weird rule that says I don't follow orders when those orders are for me to go off and get killed.
Look, I'm going to yell, and they're going to hear and come get you.
Why are you so obedient to them? Do you want to be killed or something?
There is no wanting or not wanting. They're going to kill you. And the harder you make it, the more you risk the lives of the people who are hiding in the shelter.
You're a reprint, aren't you?
No, you're a reprint. Get to your designated location.
No!
Hello there. I see you took care of him pretty good.
He was a reprint. He was gonna die anyways.
Well, yeah, so are you, right?
I'm not a reprint.
No, I mean you're gonna die soon. We're all gonna die soon, reprint or not.
He was gonna kill me first. He was gonna call over those things.
Does that mean it's okay for someone to murder you like that? Listen, I don't want any trouble. You see that firewood behind you? I came here for that.
How do I know you're not a reprint?
How do I know you're not a reprint? Better yet, how do you know you're not a reprint?
I'm not.
Yeah, because you don't really know for sure, do you?
Reprints don't have emotions, and I can tell you I've been on a roller coaster ride of emotions today.
I feel, therefore I am. Great. You know, I've had a pretty emotional day today, too.
What's to stop you from saying that? There's nothing that says reprints can't lie.
You know, that's a pretty shitty system of determination you've got there. You can only tell whether or not you're a reprint, but nobody else can?
It's the only system I know about. I'm sure a reprint would know a better one.
Do you think I'd be able to get a reprint? I live in a shitty house out here. Does this look like the kind of place that a rich asshole would live? Look, I don't want any trouble. Just get out of the way and let me get the firewood.
Can I stay with you for a little while?
Sorry, but no.
That's your house with the light on, isn't it? I'm headed that way anyways.
Look, we're not interested in having guests over for our last few nights alive.
We?
My mother. She's sick in there. We're both sick from the disease.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. At least we'll be able to spend our last days together.
I'm the same way. I'm trying to spend the last of my days with my girlfriend.
Well, you better get a move on.
I won't stay long, I promise. Let me just make some food, warm up a bit. I'll be out of there 2 hours at the most.
I'm sorry, kid, but the answer is no.
I could just kill you if you don't let me into your house.
Kid, I can tell you right now you won't be very effective with that on me.
And why's that?
I can tell by the way you're holding it you don't know what you're doing. You're just afraid. And besides, there's this. Now I asked nicely, so move it. Thanks.
It'll only be for a little while. Thanks for this.
How long you been out there? You look chilled to the bone.
Just a few hours. Where's your mom?
She's upstairs. The disease is further along for her than it is for me. Poor thing, she could barely move without hurting all over.
I'm sorry.
It's better than being killed off by those things, I can tell you that much.
Do you know how they do it?
Yeah, I've seen it. A day or so ago, a reprint came around trying to get us to move to one of those designated places to be killed. We resisted, but then he tried drawing one of those things toward us. I managed to lure the reprint away from the house. I was going to kill it myself right there, but then one of the creatures came out of nowhere and did it for me.
How did they kill him?
It's very methodical, which is why I think they do it the same way to everybody. They lifted him off the ground and peeled off his skin like a candy wrapper. He was completely flayed, blood and gore dripping everywhere. I used to be a butcher, so I'm used to seeing those kinds of images. Or at least I thought I was. I had to force myself to keep watching. It was too much. They sucked out all of his organs and absorbed them inside themselves. And then they folded up his skin and put it into a pouch.
Kind of makes me wish I was infected by the disease rather than be abducted.
You could always just kill yourself now instead.
No, I can't. I'm making my way through the forest to find my girlfriend.
Seems like a lot of work for a girl.
She's worth it, believe me.
How is she?
She's hanging in there. Not any better, but at least she's not getting any worse.
That's good.
Maybe, I guess.
What do you mean?
We're all gonna die soon. There's no escaping that. Well, unless you have one of those spots reserved in the shelters for those rich assholes. So, either those things are gonna get us, or we're gonna live long enough to see ourselves die of the disease. The way I see it, the longer this disease takes, the more likely it is those things are gonna get us.
So why don't you guys just kill yourselves?
My mother would never be okay with that. No matter what, she's always against suicide.
I see. So what do you think it's like to die?
It depends on how you die.
No, I mean, what do you think happens after you're physically dead?
Oh, I have no idea. The reprint I lured away kept describing it as a symphony.
A symphony?
Yeah. He said he knows what it was like, so I couldn't understand why I kept refusing to let myself be killed. He kept talking about how great it was after dying. He said death would be like a symphony. There's a silence like you've never experienced before. No applause from the audience, no encore, no anything. Just the conductor in the darkness, alone.
I wonder if he got the death he expected.
Maybe. Except for the clicking noise.
The clicking noise?
There's some kind of artificial clicking noise that comes out of the back of the head when a reprint dies. And since a reprint never knows they're a reprint, it must have been a surprise for him.
I didn't know that.
I heard about it a while ago when the clones started being produced, but I didn't know for certain until I saw that man die. After the creature left, I walked up to what was left of the reprint, and I could hear the clicking. It was like a timer counting down.
Like a metronome?
Sort of.
Thanks again, Greg, for letting me stay here.
Not a problem. I'm glad I did it. Sorry you never got to meet my mother. She's getting more and more sick every day. She's barely even conscious now most of the time.
But I guess that's a good thing.
Right. Be careful out there. Not just of the creatures, but of the reprints too. You can usually make a good guess about which one's a reprint by what they're wearing. Costs a fortune to get one reprinted, so the ones who did it must have a lot of wealth.
My dad actually works for the WRC.
Damn. So he put himself into the shelter, but not his son. That's not too surprising for a businessman at the WRC.
I chose not to go.
You chose not to? Why would you do that?
Sarah, they want to give her a spot. so I couldn't leave without her.
So your family just let you go?
I didn't really have a choice. I gave my spot to my best friend at the last minute.
That's a lucky friend you've got there.
It's the people in the shelter who are lucky I gave my spot up for Sam. He's gonna be the one to cure the disease. It doesn't matter how rich you are in the shelter. If they don't find a cure to the disease, they're eventually all gonna die.
Is he a genius or something?
Yeah, he really is.
So it's your friend who's gonna save the survivors, huh? You sure have a lot of faith in him. Well, I hope he does find a cure. Even if it does mean the world's just gonna be filled with rich assholes. That's them.
How far away?
I don't know, it sounds pretty far. Fuck! Oh, they finally found us. You need to leave, Adam.
Why don't you come with me?
No, my mother's here. We're gonna die in this house together. That's what we want. Here, take this. Now go, they're closing in. Go!
Who's there? Come on out!
Adam? I thought it was you.
Sam? What the hell are you doing here?
I'm just looking for a place to relax. I'm glad I found you, though.
Well, why aren't you at the shelter?
Shelter? You know my family couldn't afford it.
I gave up my spot for you.
No, you ended up going.
Sam, that's impossible.
No, I remember. I was with you before you had your reprint done. They wouldn't let me see you afterwards.
Sam, I'm not a clone. I was with you when you went to the doctors to get your reprint.
No, your dad wouldn't let me take your spot. He forced you to get a reprint.
That's not what happened, Sam.
Okay. We have conflicting memories. But we know that one of us has to be a reprint. So that reprint must have been given false memories.
Reprints don't have emotions, so I can't be one. You must have gone to the shelter.
Emotions are just chemical reactions in the brain responding to the external environment and subjective interpretations. If a reprint is an exact copy of a human being, I don't see why they wouldn't be able to have emotions. It seems like an inherent consequence of having a human brain.
There goes my shitty system of distinction.
My brother's house is a couple miles from here. Let's go there for a bit to talk. It might not be safe here for much longer. A belief is really just a type of memory. It's a conclusion drawn from experience and remembered over time. I think all the reprints were in a sense programmed to desire death and encourage others to die by having them believe death would be beautiful.
Why would that need to be done?
Reprints can't know they're reprints. Who knows the psychological consequences of knowing you're just a sacrificial offering to a bloodthirsty alien? It seems that all reprints have had their memories altered into believing that after being killed, that something beautiful would happen. Well, the whole point of the reprints was to replace humans so the extraterrestrials could get the bodies they need without everyone actually being killed.
Ah, that makes sense.
This is why each of us thinks the other went to the shelter.
I see. I just feel a little wary trusting you. What if you turn out to be a reprint?
Hey man, it's probably full of the disease.
I'd rather die by the disease than by those fucking monsters.
What if you get too sick to see Sarah?
It doesn't work that fast, does it?
It's different for everyone. Why don't you just wait until we get to my brother's place?
Whatever, I'm too thirsty. I really do hope you're a reprint. I want the real you to find a cure.
It's hard to do when you're constantly snubbed by other scientists.
Because of your age, huh?
That and everyone wants to be the first to cure it and take all the credit.
You think a situation like this would call for a little selflessness?
Yeah, well, it's the same reasoning behind charging such a high price for a spot at the shelter. Someone's always going to try to benefit off the suffering of the world.
Did you hear that?
What is that?
I think someone's over there.
What should we do?
Should we call him over?
Yeah, do it. Your shotgun puts us at a pretty good advantage.
Who is it? Come on out! Dad? What's my dad doing here?
It must be his reprint.
Alright, come on.
Son, I thought that was you over there. You two are supposed to be at the shelter.
What do you mean?
Don't tell me you both didn't make it.
There was only room for one. I gave up my spot for Sam.
No, I wouldn't let you give up your spot, Adam. I gave up my spot for Sam. You two are supposed to be at the shelter.
Looks like you were right about the altered memory thing.
I see what's going on. You two are reprints, aren't you?
No, Dad. You're the one who's a reprint.
I told you, I never got a reprint. I gave my spot to Sam, because if I didn't, you wouldn't save yourself.
You wouldn't do that? Saving yourself is all you care about. If they had given you only one spot, you would have taken it and let the rest of your family die.
Why would you say that? Of course I care about my family. I would never let any of you die.
That's such bullshit. You don't even care about me. You knew how much I loved Sarah, and you didn't even give a shit. You just told me to save myself and find someone new in the shelter.
I had no say in how many I could bring in the shelter. If I could have brought her, I would have.
Fuck you, Dad. Fuck you and that corrupt business you work for. You could have saved everyone. Instead, you wanted to try to make money off this tragedy.
Adam, please.
Don't come near me. You're just a reprint.
I'm not a reprint. I love you.
That's a lie. You never loved me. Reprints can have love if they had originally love in them, but you never had love. You never had love for me, you never had love for Carissa, and you never had love for Mom.
Adam, don't talk like that. Come on. You two are reprints. You need to go to your designated locations. There's one not too far from here.
We're not going!
You have to go, son. Don't be afraid. Nothing terrible will happen to you there.
Are you kidding me? Have you seen what those things do to humans?
I'm not going to compromise the safety of my real son. If they don't get you, they'll go looking for your original.
Just go away! I don't want to deal with this anymore.
Okay, so you don't want to go? I'm going to dial a random number till those things pick up the signal.
Stop it! Don't make them come over here!
Come on, we gotta get going. Let's go.
Are we almost there yet? I feel like I've been walking for miles.
Yeah, it can't be too much further from here, but you're right. It does seem like we've been walking for longer than we should be.
What do you want?
The designated location is over this way.
We're not trying to go to the designated location.
What do you mean? You have to. Are you guys almost ready? They'll be here any minute now.
No, we're not here to be taken away.
Why else would you be here then?
We're just here to visit someone's house. We'll be on our way.
There isn't a house around for miles. Come with us. There are a bunch of other people waiting to be saved.
Saved? All that's gonna happen is those things are gonna come and kill you all.
Yes, but don't you know? After we're killed, we're taken to a beautiful place far away from here. It's the only way to be saved.
Listen, we're not coming with you. Just leave us alone.
Our Savior says we must try and save everyone we can during the end of days.
We must take you away with us. I promise you'll thank us later.
Don't come any closer, I swear I'll shoot you.
There is no need to get violent.
They're almost here.
Sam, we need to get out of here.
We're not gonna let you get away!
Holy shit!
two really are serious. I understand why, but it's probably already too late.
What do you mean it's too late?
That loud blast had to have attracted a lot of attention. The other followers are probably on their way.
He's right, Adam.
Don't worry. You don't have to fear death. Not this death. You won't be dying alone. You'll be dying for something great. Something beautiful. We'll all join together in a heavenly world. It'll be like playing in a symphony. You'll be happy where you're going. Let yourselves be saved.
That probably wasn't a good idea.
Well, I don't know what else I could do.
Don't resist. Let yourself be saved.
Let yourself be saved.
Buddy.
He's probably dead by now.
No.
We're all gone. They'll all be gone. We'll never see him again.
I know.
Do you really know it?
Stop it!
No one can stop it.
Adam, why didn't you come with us? How am I supposed to go on without my big brother? Why did you leave us?
I had to. Sam was supposed to save everyone. He was supposed to cure the disease.
No. You just loved Sarah more than you loved your own family. Why didn't we mean anything to you?
That's not true. Of course I loved you.
Adam, our family had a chance to survive, to start over. We had our problems. Things could have been different after surviving. Stuff like this changes everything, but you broke up the family. How can we recover without our son?
You can go on without me, Dad.
Our family's broken now. Our family can't be saved now. How could you just leave?
Adam, I love you. I love you and I always will love you.
I love you too, Mom.
It breaks my heart that you're not here with us. I don't know how I could go on without my son. My strong, intelligent son. I watched you grow into a marvelous man. My heart aches that you're gone. I don't know how I can recover that you could be here with us and you chose not to be.
No, Mom, it's not like that. Please stop.
Did you make the right decision? Was it worth it? Is Sarah really worth all of this? Is she worth dying for?
Adam! Adam!
Sarah, can you hear me? Sarah, I'm here for you.
Adam, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Why? What happened?
I couldn't wait for you. I just couldn't wait.
What do you mean?
I couldn't let myself be killed by those things.
Sarah!
I had to end my own life before they took it.
Adam! Hey, come on, man, wake up. We gotta go. Hold on for a second, Adam. There's something I gotta come clean about right now.
What is it?
I didn't figure it out until we were stuck in that cave. I swear I didn't know before then.
What is it? Tell me.
I'm the reprint.
How? How did you know?
I led us right to a designated location. I swear in my mind we were going to my brother's place, but those doctors must have messed with my mind to trick me into going off to my death without knowing it. I'm sorry, Adam. I don't know whether it's safe for us to be together now that we both know I'm the reprint.
No. We'll be fine. Now that you know your reprint, you'll be able to second guess your decisions. You're the smartest person I know. We'll be fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah. You said it yourself. Reprints are the original person. And right now, I need you.
Okay, I'm glad.
Let's head to your brother's house. I'll lead the way this time. Does this area look familiar?
It all looks familiar. It all looks the same.
I mean, I kind of know the general area, but not the specifics.
Man, I hated that my mom moved all the way out here in the middle of the forest with my brother. My dad was convinced that the only reason she moved out here was so that she could kill him if he ever visited without anyone noticing.
Your mom was crazy.
Yeah, but I miss her though.
She died pretty quick from the disease, huh?
Really quick. Her and my brother got it around the same time, but he's lasted a lot longer.
I wonder if anyone in the shelter has died from the disease by now.
Could be. It's sort of a sad predicament. You spend a fortune on a spot and a reprint, only to die inside the shelter.
You don't think they infect the others, do you?
All we know is the aliens brought it here, and they seem to be the ones who put it in the water supply.
Hey, is that the house up there?
That's it. Come on. Johnny! Johnny, you here?
Sam? Is that you?
Johnny! I'm sorry.
It's alright. Comes and goes.
How are you?
I'm alright. Been better though.
I'm here to take care of you now.
Thanks, Sam. Hi, Adam.
Hey, Johnny. It's been a while.
You a reprint?
No, he's not a reprint.
I gave up my spot for Sarah. I'm trying to get to her right now.
You gave up your spot for a girl? You've always been kind of odd, Adam.
Why does it take an apocalypse for everyone to tell me that I'm odd?
I'm sorry, you guys must be starving. Do you want something to eat?
Hey, why don't I make it? I just want you to relax.
Thanks, Sam.
Alright. Here's the question of the century. Does anyone know why those bastards have come to our planet to kill everyone?
I don't have a clue.
It's a hard thing to figure out. We can probably assume they're intelligent beings, so there has to be an explanation for what they're doing.
Do you know how they kill us? They rip off our skin, stash it away, and suck out all our organs. What logical reason could be for that?
It's a very specific process, which just further proves that there must be a reason for it. If they are beings of a higher intelligence, they must hold a high sense of morality.
Morality? You think these bastards have any sense of morality?
Sure. I think that's exactly why they gave us a 5-year grace period. See, they didn't just come in and start killing everyone. They warned us first. They allowed us to prepare.
So what?
So, what I'm saying is, maybe it's out of some necessity. For whatever reason, they need to do this to save themselves. They warned us beforehand to give us a chance to save ourselves however we can. We came up with making reprints and charging a high dollar, meaning only a small percentage will survive. But what I don't understand is what are the survivors going to do?
What do you mean?
I mean, do they expect to just walk out of the shelter after everyone's dead and go on living on this planet?
You're right. What's to stop them from being killed when they come out of hiding?
Are they just going to live in the shelter? Where the hell is it anyways? And why is everyone so certain that the aliens won't just come and tear it apart?
I don't know. My dad said they kept the location secret from everyone.
No, it's nowhere near here.
What do you mean?
I mean, the shelter's in a different universe.
Where did you hear that?
From Norm Hume. He was one of the leaders of the WRC, and his reprint managed to reject the brainwashing his company did to him. He put it out on the radio before he was killed.
This is the first I've heard of this.
I recognize the name, but I didn't know any of that.
I was listening to it for a while. The WRC discovered how to travel to alternate universes that are slightly different from this one. They found one where the Earth wouldn't be invaded and sent the remaining survivors there.
How do we know this guy's telling the truth?
We don't. He may be a loon. Either way, it doesn't change our fate, does it?
What else did he say?
He talked about the reprints. Said they're not clones at all, because clones are born. They start off as a baby and grow up completely different from us. They're only genetically identical, but have different outcomes. Reprints are just versions from us taken from a different universe here to put in our place.
So you're telling me the WRC's entire plan was to switch us out with versions of ourselves from an alternate universe after brainwashing them to accept their death?
He said that. I don't know if it's true or not. The WRC keeps track of the reprints by putting a chip in the back of their head, and it sends out a signal after they die.
The clicking noise.
What? What's so funny?
This whole thing. Aliens come to kill us, so to save ourselves we travel to an alternate universe and have reprints die in our place? It's ridiculous.
You know what this means though, right? We still exist in the alternate universe. Just slightly different versions.
So I still would have seen Sarah if I've gone to the shelter.
Not your Sarah, but what would have been her reprint. You need to get out of here.
What about you two? You're coming, right?
No, we're staying here.
I'm not leaving without you.
You have to. We belong here. You belong with Sarah. Go! Now!
Sarah! Sarah! Please answer me! Sarah, where are you?
I'm upstairs, help me!
Sarah!
Get this thing off me!
Can you get up?
I don't know. I've been stuck under that thing for days.
Looks like you're not gonna be walking for a while. What happened to you?
I was in my room when the house started to shake. It must have been one of those aliens passing by. It shook the entire house, and then that thing fell on me.
Were you okay?
It knocked me out for a couple hours. When I woke up, my head was killing me. I thought I'd die under that thing.
I thought they had taken you. I'm glad you're okay. What's the matter?
Adam, I can't lie to you.
Lie to me? What do you mean?
Go read the letter on the counter. Over there. Adam, if you're reading this, it means you made it, and I was wrong. I was hoping you could make it to me, but I began having doubts. I was unsure you would survive the trip over here, or that I could survive the wait. Please understand what I'm about to say. This morning, an old friend of mine came to the house. He offered me a spot at the shelter. Believe me, it was a very hard decision to make, but I had to say yes. I know you gave up your spot to be with me, and I love you so much for that. I know you feel betrayed. Maybe I'm not the person you thought I was. I couldn't bear the pain of telling you this in person, so I wrote you this letter, thinking maybe you would die without the image of me being shattered. If you are reading this, I'm sorry. I do love you with all my heart. I won't ever forget you. Sarah.
I'm sorry. I wish there was something I could say, but
what?
if I'm just a reprint, it would probably mean nothing to you.
Do you know who this old friend could be?
I'm not sure. It might be Richard, who I knew, who she knew, a long time ago. It was her mother's friend's son. His family was rich.
Huh.
I'm sorry. I was too hurt when I read it. I found it before I got trapped and realized what I was. With the memories I have been given, I can't imagine doing something like that to you.
You weren't given memories.
What do you mean?
All your memories are yours. They're yours from a time and place very similar to this one. I finally realized what the reprints really are. They aren't fake humans. They're real people taken from the alternate universe to replace the ones here. The only difference is that the reprints had their memories erased and are influenced to wanting to die by the aliens.
So your Sarah's gonna be with my Adam?
It seems that way unless she wants to be with Richard. In that case, she's gonna have to dump Adam face to face. She can't get around the fact that there's an alien invasion going on.
Look, if you want to spend your last moments of the life somewhere else, I understand. I'm not your Sarah.
Right now, I'm kind of glad you're not my Sarah. I don't have the energy to go back into the forest, so if you don't mind, I'd like to spend my last moments with you. Looks like my last moments are going to be here sooner than I thought.
What should we do?
I don't know. Where do you want to die?
When will they come?
Soon.
Will it hurt?
Yeah. I know you're not my Sarah, but
What?
if you're the Sarah who's willing to die with me, that's the one I want to call my own.
I'm glad you're here with me. I love you. I know I do.
I love you too, Sarah.